Hey, it's Catherine from CatherinePooler.com, and today I'm really super excited to be a guest artist for Ellen Hudson. I'm going to be using these really fun Julie Nutting dolls. Reminds me of paper dolls when I was a kid, and some fun art ingredients. The first thing we're going to do is make a technique piece. So I'm going to use some Distress Inks, Salty Ocean, and Broken China with a touch of Mowed Lawn. The pattern paper that I'm using on this project has like this really deep jadish teal kind of color. That's why I'm going to add a little bit of green to this piece. So Salty Ocean, I'm going to add a little bit of Broken China to give some depth and more interest and color on this piece. And then we'll do a little Mowed Lawn. I have peeled paint and Mowed Lawn, and I chose the Mowed Lawn because it's a little bit more of a bluish green than the peeled paint is. So I thought that would work better. The next thing we're going to do is add some really fun gold Micaflex to this piece. I have my liquid glue, and I'm just going to add drops of glue randomly on this piece of distress colored cardstock. I'm going to add some Micaflakes on there, and then I'm going to take my Quick Stick Precision Pickup and Placement tool to put those little Micaflakes in the spots that I want them. Once I have the Micaflakes placed on all of the glue pieces, I'll just set this aside to dry. The next step is to cover this piece with translucent embossing paste. The reason I glued these down is because when I spread this, I don't want the Micaflakes to all kind of bunch up together and be moved around by the embossing paste. I want them to stay in place. So we'll just cover the whole thing. It will take a while to dry. Alright, so I covered the whole piece with a fairly thick layer of the embossing paste, and I'll just set this aside to dry. Now I'll move on and get some of the other parts of the card ready. I'm using the Kelly Purkey Second City patterned paper pack. It has some really great fun patterns, and I thought this doll was absolutely perfect for paper piecing. So I stamped her on the patterned paper and cut it out, and then I'll just piece all these little pieces right on the cutout doll. I'm normally not a big one for cutting out and doing a lot of fussy cutting, but I just had to on this gal. She is absolutely adorable, and I thought it just was perfect. I did color her hat and her face and hair with Copic markers along with the pumpkin, and then I'm not the greatest colorist when it comes to black, so I was able to do the hat, but the bat I thought would just be fun cut from patterned paper. And I left the hat's band plain because I thought the gold Wink of Luna pen would be really cool just to color this band in and give some fun gold accent to the hat. I did notice that in some spots I have a little bit of white peeking out, so I'm just going to grab my C7. It's the darkest gray that I have, and I'm just going to go around the doll wherever I see maybe some white. And I think her hat looks really cool because it's not up on dimensional adhesive, but there is a little lift there. And kind of her dress too. So she looks so cute. Now I want to do a little banner greeting on this card, and I have this fun sentiment, happy haunting, and I just wanted to use this. So I did a little stamp surgery on there. I just used a really sharp pair of scissors and kind of poked it down in there and then cut around. And we'll stamp this, and then I'm going to cut that out into a little banner. So I actually let this dry overnight, and I did two. This one obviously has less of the Micaflakes, and it has one layer of the transparent embossing paste. This one I did more Micaflakes, did one layer, put some more Micaflakes down, and it was nice because they automatically stuck in here and I didn't have to glue them down, and then I put another layer over, and then I popped a couple more Micaflakes on top. So this one is way more layered, way thicker, and after overnight still isn't 100% dry. So you can be the judge. Which one do you like better? This one is more blue. This one had a little bit of that green added in. They're both really cool pieces. I think I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna add it to a card base white and a black mat on top. And since we have a lot of gold accents going on, I want to continue with that gold theme and pull it into my background. I am not exactly sure I'm gonna love this though. So if I just do a little bit down in here where my little pieces of my card are gonna go on top, then if I don't like it, I can just cover it up. It's really subtle. I don't even know if you can see it on camera, but I do like it. So I still am gonna go subtle, and it will just add some really fun gold texture shine to the background. So I'm concentrating in the center and I'm kind of rubbing out so it'll go lighter as it gets away from the center. And this is a really delicate stencil, so you don't want to just, you know, do big giant rubbings on it, because you may like pull up these little edges and bend them, so just be careful. And I do really like that. I think it's very cool. All right, so assembling the card. And this circle is going to go right over all of that gold accenting. So I'm going to add this back on and do some more. I'm going to do the circle slightly off the edge of the card, but not too far. We'll add the greeting banner and then add our sweet little doll and the pumpkin and the bat. So that does it for today's card. Thank you so much for exploring with me with this new fun technique with the mica flakes and the translucent embossing powder. Hope you guys are inspired. Thank you, Ellen, for having me as a guest. Hope you have a lovely day.